Hey everybody, MichaelBtheGameGenie here, and on today's video, we're going to be talking about Arcade1Up SpeakerGate. Do the new cabinets have audio issues? That's right, guys. Today we're going to be talking about Arcade1Up and audio issues, which is actually kind of surprising because if you've been watching my Arcade1Up reviews over the years, you'll notice that I actually stopped covering the speakers in the review because there was no reason to do so after we had like the really loud sound issues with Space Invaders and then Pac-Man 40th, and after we switched from the mono speaker from Wave 2 to the stereo speakers in Wave 3. It's all been pretty much standard and excellent. You get really good sound. The audio levels are really good. There's been no real issue to discuss it in any capacity. That is, until recently, I got my first of the new wave of official cabinets, not Legacy, but new cabinets, which was Street Fighter 2 Big Blue. And after some initial problems I had with power on the PCB, I got a working cabinet, and I noticed the audio was very slight. In fact, my first cabinet worked. It's just the marquee and the light-up deck didn't work. The power was messed up on that. And I could play it, but I also noticed the same thing on that. The audio was kind of slight. So 2 cabs in a row, audio was very low. I'm talking about I actually had to turn the cabinet all the way up to 15 to get some kind of good sound on it. And even then, while I'm playing it, if I have my other arcades surrounding me turned on, like you do if you have multiple Arcade1Up cabinets and you're trying to recreate an arcade, you're going to have all your arcades on. I have a hard time hearing the game, especially games like Knights of the Round. When you're playing a beat 'em up, you want to be immersed and experience it, but you don't want to turn off every other arcade cabinet, and I'm having trouble hearing it. Well, anyways, I reached out in, chill and chat videos and on Facebook and told people the issues I was having with Big Blue and the audio. And actually, one of my friends on YouTube by the name of Retrostasis got back to me. He had just picked up the Turtles in Time cabinet, and he also had Big Blue, and he noticed similar audio issues. So much so that he wanted to share these clips with me, and I'm going to share them with you now, which is a comparison of Turtles in Time audio compared to the original Turtles audio, and you can notice the difference yourself. So guys, did you notice much of a difference? It sounds like the new speakers or the new cabinets just don't have the same amount of bass. The Turtles in Time sounds loud. It sounds louder than what Street Fighter is, but it just doesn't have that body to the sound that we're used to from the Wave 3 cabinets. I don't know what's going on. Immediately, my mind jumped to the fact that, of course, with the global shortages right now, rising costs, Arcade1Up with narrow margins, maybe they sourced out a cheaper speaker to try to improve their profit margin on these cabinets. I thought of that, and I wanted to try to get an answer, so lucky enough, I had John D on my stream, Chill and Chat, last week for my birthday, and I brought it up to John at the time. Yeah, well, that's just about it. One final question. I'm really going to put the nails to you on this one, John. I apologize.
People asleep. Everyone's like, oh.
No, we got 225 people watching. So
225, good Lord.
So we've got, I got Street Fighter, and I've seen some early reports in for people with Turtles in Time cabinets, and everybody loves them. They're very excited, but one thing people are noticing, there seems to be a difference in the speaker quality. There seems to be a little less bass coming in from the speakers on this level of cab. Have you guys
people wondering if we're sourcing different speakers for that?
Yeah, or if it's setting maybe.
I don't know. I don't know. I'll look into it for sure. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, we're calling it SpeakerGate.
yeah. So yeah, I don't know about that. I'll look into it for sure.
So then after he was on my show, John actually did go back to the company and verify, and he brought it up on Twitter. So according to John, these are the exact same speakers that are being used in the older cabinets. There's been no change. They didn't source cheaper speakers. Do you believe him? I do. I absolutely do. And I'll tell you why, because I also went back and forth with Retrostasis and some other people in the community, and they told me that they actually took the speakers, the stock speakers that came with these cabinets off and tried different speakers and amplifiers, and it really didn't make any difference, regardless of the quality of speakers they put in. So obviously, this isn't an issue with the speakers. They didn't source cheaper speakers. So what is the difference with the audio? Why is it going down? I was hoping that it was limited to maybe just these two cabinets, but I was on Facebook yesterday, and this is what really pushed this video. It was actually Facebook this morning, and someone posted that they had just got the X-Men cabinet, and they gave their brief review over Facebook. I think it was Greg Nye. And under the negatives, one of the very big ones that he puts up is same speaker issues as the other cabinets. So what would be causing this? If it's not the speakers, obviously it could be some kind of mistake with the PCB, but it's unlikely to have it happen with so many variable PCBs. I know John said deeper is better in his tweet, that it's the same speakers and you just got to fool with the cable, but it seems very strange that everybody's having similar issues. So, I have a couple thoughts on this. One of which is the fact that maybe it's a development thing. I don't know who developed these cabinets, if it's separate developers. I would have to go reference who actually did the emulation for this, but maybe it's a software issue. If it is, that's fantastic, because hopefully it can just be patched, and that's something Arcade1Up is willing to do, because the sound does suck. It's terrible. It needs that bass. It needs the same bass. So hopefully this is something that's hopefully inexpensive for them to do, and where these cabs are Wi-Fi connected, they can do a simple patch and get us up and running. That would be the dream. The other thing I'm a little bit concerned about, what's different with these cabinets compared to the older cabinets? They have headphone speaker ports, and I'm wondering if the audio signal wasn't split between the speakers and then down to the input jack, and somehow that messed up the sound. Like I recently, just for BYOL, built my own arcade, and the Act Games Legends Connect board only has a mono out, and then you have to split it, and when you split it, one of the sounds doesn't sound as good. Sometimes there's issues with that. I'm wondering if it's something like that. I don't know what the issue is, really. I'm just spitballing here, but one thing's for sure, it seems like there does seem to be audio issues with this cabinet. So what I want to do now is get some feedback from you guys. What do you think of the audio issues with the new Arcade1Up cabinets? Do you care? Does it matter to you? Do you really give a poop? Can I say that? Give a crap if the audio has that deep bass, or are you more intrigued with the games and the design and the audio is not really a big issue? Or is this something that is honestly making you reconsider whether or not you want to purchase some of these cabinets until a fix is in place? Let me know in the comments, guys. What do you think of Arcade1Up SpeakerGate? Is it a big deal? Am I making too much of a small thing? You let me know in the comments. Anyways, guys, thank you so very much for watching. This is MichaelBtheGameGenie, and I'll talk to you next time.